The October 27th meeting of the Environment and Public Works Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Barker.
Here.
Chairman Cassetti.
Here.
Mr. Colby is excused. Mr. Haney.
Here.
Mr. Howland.
Here.
Mr. Hyder.
Here.
Mr. O'Brien.
Here.
President Adair.
Here.
Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
No, sir.
Is there anyone present who is not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time? The next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. You have the September 29th, 2010 minutes of the Environment and Public Works Committee before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. The next item on the agenda is new business. Mr. Clerk.
Referral 10-311.
Moved by Legislator Barker, seconded by Legislator Howland. Any discussion? Legislator Hyder.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And through you to the administration, can you just explain to us why we have an increase of about $2.75 million and where this money is going to go and what the timeline of the project is?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the timeline of the project, why it's being moved up, and we're amending it now, is so we could award contracts and do the bidding process by January. And that way, it's about a 6-month project, which that project will be able to, the majority of it will be able to be completed before our busy season in April and May. If we have to wait till March to award, major construction in the ticket lobby will be going on during our busiest and really our bread and butter months of February, March, and April.
And through you, Mr. Chair, what was the original cost of the project going to be?
The original cost in the CIP was a little over $2 million, but the project has expanded, and the amendment that we're doing now is to do a complete, the entire ticket lobby and outside circular roadways will complete the final phase for the terminal. It's all PFC funded, which is a project that we have to get first approved by the airlines. They collect the fees and pay those for us. But it will include all new ticket counters, enhanced lighting, better traffic circulation in the ticket lobbies, but also on the curbside. If you've been to the airport, and certainly in the past few years, the idea of curbside check-in has been eliminated. We have to totally redo all the booths that are out there, and a lot of them still have connections all the way down into our baggage system, so we have to rehab all that out and clean up those roadways and actually repair the road itself out in front.
So you're restoring that curbside ticket.
Correct.
So through you, Mr. Chair, the original cost in the increase of about $2.7 million is more because the project has expanded, not necessarily because prices have changed or anything like that.
Correct. The project, the original idea was to be able to do all those things. Now we're having the opportunity to do it all, in one construction cycle because everything else has been completed on time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. D'Amelio.
Is there any Legislator Haney?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we aren't moving money from an out year in the CIP into the current year. This is actually an increase in the project as defined in the CIP?
Through the chair, that's correct.
Okay. And I assume we're thoroughly convinced that we need to more than double the size of the project?
Through the chair, yes, we are. The project, there were certainly in 11, there's another $1.2 million. We had kind of spread it out over a few years, and the project now, because we completed the interior 4 phases in the terminal, have all been completed on time, so it allows us to complete everything all at once to close out really construction inside the building until we start all over again.
Has the airline committee at this point approved this?
Through the chair, yes, they have.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, who is the leader? It used to be U.S. Air. Who is the lead airline now?
Well, through the chair, they are still the lead of the committee.
Okay.
But that's going to change probably in 2 weeks. We have our rates and charges meeting for 11, and the biggest carrier in our market now is Delta, so they probably will take over the chair of the committee.
Okay. Is that the way it works? Whoever is the largest volume airline is the chair of the committee?
Right. Whoever has the largest market share by contract chairs the committee. There has been some talk, though. U.S. Air and Delta might say, okay, listen, you stay on as chair, and Rochester will stay on in another market. Our market is kind of secondary for them to fight over.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any further discussion? Being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carried.
Referral 10-317.
Okay, moved by, was it President Adair? Seconded by Legislator Howland. Is there any discussion? Being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carried. Are there any other matters to come before the committee? Legislator Haney.
Mr. Chairman, I'm wondering if we ought to take out an ad on cable TV or something. We're not exactly a popular attraction on Wednesday afternoons. I mean, I'm beginning to feel a little hurt by this total. Just a thought.
You know,
Through the chair, I think a lot of it has to do with Mr. Adair's time.
are there any other matters to come before the committee? President Adair.
Yes, thank you. I would like to know from Legislator Haney if he has any ideas of how we could get our ratings up for this event at 4:30.
I don't know. Maybe if we wore, funny noses and.
It is Halloween. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any other matters to come before this committee?
Mr. Chairman, I think the airport director better be careful, or he'll find all his funding cut off.
Okey doke. Are there any other matters to come before this committee? Being none, no further business, I should say, the October 27th, 2010 meeting of the Environment Public Works Committee stands adjourned. Then the next meeting will be December 1st, 2010 at 4:30 p.m. Thank you.